Hello, fellow wrestling fans. How are you today? Here, let you know what happened on NXT for January the 30th, 2024, the last NXT for the month of January. The show opened up with the final semifinal matchup with the Dusty Classic. Trick Williams, Camilo Hayes against Yao WO of Tolo and Joaquin Wild. The isolated Camilo Hayes, worked on him for quite a bit. Did that signature where Tolo hip toss, Joaquin Wild off the ropes. Joaquin Wild was splash onto Camilo Hayes. Then they put him in a corner and deliver a double team, like Shane McMahon style, coast to coast drop kicks. That was amazing to see there. Trick got in, scoop slam both guys down, rock bottom both members of the LWO at the same time, deliver a running clothesline, knocking both of them down. Then they started hitting double team moves on Trick, sent him to the outside. Camilo Hayes ran in, he got tossed to the outside. Then the LWO went on two opposite corners and ran off the top ropes and delivered moves to Trick and Camilo on the outside. That was awesome. Camilo Hayes delivered back-to-back code breakers. He caught Toro right in the face of one. Turned around with Joaquin Wild, bounced off the ropes for a move, and Camilo Hayes floored his ass with a code breaker. Trick tagged in, running big boot on Joaquin Wild. The winners advanced to the Dusty Classic final Convention Day this Sunday. Camilo Hayes and Trick Williams. After the match, they were backstage. Talk about, man, we're one win away for the Dusty Classic. Get the trophy. Then get an opportunity to take some titles afterwards. And Trick said, I'm going to go talk to Dragunov in the main event. We're going to have a face-to-face segment. He told Camilo Hayes, I got this. I don't need your help. Camilo Hayes says, well, okay, man. Next up was Roxanne Perez took on Texty Prexy with Audie Valkyrie on commentary. Before the match, as Texty Prexy went to make her entrance, Audie Valkyrie stopped and said, why did you attack Roxanne last week, put her through a table? And Texty Prexy said, well, you know, because I like you and that. And don't want you to lose the championship on Vengeance Day. And Audie Valkyrie said, I don't need your help. I don't even, like you that way and all that. Prexy says, well, watch what I can do in the ring against Roxanne. I'll soften her up for you. Bell rang. She snapped suplex Roxanne out of a corner. Irish whipped into the opposite corner. Had a run across body into it. Then Roxanne Perez did a tilt-a-whirl and a hot pox for the 1-2-3 for the fast win. After the match, Roxanne mad because last week Texty Prexy put her through a table. She kept attacking her. Audie Valkyrie ran in, pulled her off a Pexy, and Pexy thinks that Audie Valkyrie did it because she likes her. And all that. Later on the show, Audie Valkyrie was in the women's locker room, found a picture of her, and where Texty Prexy has her stuff in the locker room as a picture of her with lipstick on it. I'm loving the storyline a lot. Can't wait to see where it goes. Next up was Lola Vice took on Elektra Lopez, former tag team members colliding. Partners with me. This is Elektra Lopez's last match at NXT because she's going up to SmackDown to be like the female manager for the heel version of LWO. Bell rang. Elektra Lopez free double chops, knocked down Lola Vice, picked her up, body slammed her down. Lola Vice applied an STF submission in the match, then let go of it and then rubbed Elektra Lopez's face in the mat. They reapplied the STF submission. Elektra Lopez got out of it, only to turn around Lola Vice just to level her with a roundhouse kick for the fast win. After the match, Lola Vice shook her ass and told Elektra Lopez, see you later, and left. Next up, this match was set about backstage where Ridge Holland was asking the Rock's daughter, the jail manager, he wants Gallus 3-on-1 in a handicap match. And she says, no, that's not happening. Lexis King walked in GM's office, and wanted to give her a welcome gift of the become a new jail manager. There's a whole bunch of his merchandise you can buy on WWE.com. So she said, no, I don't want this. So I'll tell you what, how about you two have a match? It was actually a good match. I enjoyed it. Alexis King had a running clothesline from behind, leveling Ridge Holland down. Then he started slapping the back of Ridge Holland, slapping him in the face, mouthing off to him, saying, good and all that. The Ridge Holland did an overhead toss. hit bunt, and that was it. Lexus King was down. His legs went spaghetti noodle style. That hit bunt rocked him good. Lexus King got him down again. Started hitting some yes kicks. Ridge Holland blocked the last one. Overhead tossed him again. Hit a running clothesline from behind. Suddenly, Gallus ran out. Ridge Holland went outside the ring. Took out all 3 members of Gallus. Ran back in the ring to go after Lexus King. Lexus King super kicked him in the face. Swing a neck breaker off the ropes for the 1-2-3. After the match, Gallus attacked Ridge Holland again. 3-on-1 beatdown. Then they put a steel chair and put his leg between it and stomped on it. So now they're saying that Ridge Holland has an injured leg. Next up, this match was also set a backstage segment where Daisy Duke was talking to the newcomer, Sinclair. And they were talking, and Grace said T. Morello's daughter came in, and apparently Daisy Duke and Sinclair was working in the horse stable. And Grace said, "Oh, I smell horses. Oh, I could smell horse manure and all that." And she started sniffing around the women's locker room and came to Sinclair. It's like, "Oh, you basically saying she stinks, right?" So Daisy Duke said, "I'll teach you some manners." This match was terrible. I will not even put this match on TV. Daisy Duke did the best she could, but you wrestle Grace, you ain't getting a good match. Like, oh, it was terrible. Suddenly, during the match, Last Legend, Jackson Matter 4 ran out because Last Legend still was upset that she was eliminated from the Battle Royal a couple weeks ago from the newcomer Sinclair. They attacked Sinclair. Daisy Duke tried to help her. Ended up with Last Legend big booting her in the face, and Grace pinned her for the 1-2-3. Then Last Legend and Jackson go backstage and come right back out for the main event match, which was for the Heritage Cup. Noam Dar defended against Von Wagner with Mr. Stone in his corner, Metaphor, Noam Dar's corner. Round 1, Von Wagner just destroyed Noam Dar with power moves. Round 2 started. Masu ran in the ring. Von Wagner beat the shit out of him, turned around, and Noam Dar had a running drop kick for the 1-2-3 to get the first fall. Then after that, he started pounding away at him. The referee went to disqualify him again, but he stopped it. I don't like that. It's every time Noam Dar does that in Heritage Cup match, he tries to purposely get disqualified, because if you get disqualified, you still keep the cup if you're the current cup holder. Round 3, Von Wagner started doing the power moves again, like scoop slams, power slams, running clotheslines, running big boot. Noam Dar attacked the leg, drop kicked into the steel steps outside, rolled him in the ring, applied a leg submission, but the round ended, and so he still held on to the leg hold, and again almost got himself purposely disqualified. Round 4. Von Wagner was destroyed Noam Dar again with power moves, basically the same move set every time. Noam Dar fought back, started hitting those rapid fire running punches he does. Suddenly Daisy Duke, Sinclair ran out to attack Last Legend and Jackson for costing Daisy Duke the match earlier on against Grace. They end up brawling all the way up to the ramp, to this backstage area. Mr. Stone chased Masu outside the ring to keep him from getting involved. Noam Dar hit a running big boot on Von Wagner and got the 1-2-3. So winner is still your Heritage Cup champion, Noam Dar. After the match, Masu Noam Dar was celebrating, and Mr. Stone's kids were in attendance, and they were saying, "Hey, we beat your daddy's #1 guy," and all this. Von Wagner attacked him, powerbombed Masu for the announce table, and him and Mr. Stone celebrated with Stone's kids. It was not that good of a main event, honestly. Von Wagner, I said, kept saying do the same moves over and over and over. That was it for your matches. Definitely check out the Dusty Classic semifinal match of Camille Hayes, Trick Williams against LWO. Definitely check out Ridge Holland versus Alexis King. The other matches, not all that good. It's 2 weeks now. The Rockstars Bill general manager. She starts off the show good, and then it just falls to pieces, and then picks up a little bit, and then falls back down again. Now, Dijak Joe Gacy was fighting backstage. The cameraman got knocked down, and later on in the show, they were showing the game fighting. Then they were showing the game fighting. on top of a production truck outside. Dijak chokeslammed Joe Gacy into a dumpster. Then The Rock's daughter told Dijak, "What is your beef with Joe Gacy?" I like to know this too, because they just started random fighting each other. They have not explained whatsoever why Gacy targeted Dijak. And Dijak said, "I want him at Vengeance Day, no disqualification." Rock's daughter said, "Well, no, I'm not doing that because you just chokeslammed him from a dumpster." All of a sudden, Joe Gacy comes out of the dumpster, eating garbage, has garbage over him, says, "I like that idea." So she made it official. On Vengeance Day, it's going to be Dijak versus Joe Gacy, no disqualification. Honestly, Joe Gacy's career is like a dumpster. It's basically, it's like garbage. He's no good. He sucks on the mic, I find. He has the same old promos every time he gives them. Never says nothing new. So there will be no disqualification match, which makes it a little bit more exciting. These weapons will be evolved. If it wasn't for that, it'd just be a boring one-on-one singles match. Trick Williams came out, confronted Dragunov in the ring. They were talking. He says, "I still think you're the one that attacked me months ago." Dragunov said, "I'm telling you, it wasn't me." And Trick says, "Camille Hayes is right. Why did you not wrestle me on January there on NXT New Year's Evil?" Trick said, "I told you why." Which is true. Dragunov last year put on amazing matches. One after the other. So it's only fair he took some weeks off to get his body healed up, right? Because he was 100%. And he was dealing with minor injuries. But he kept putting them off to the point where he couldn't put them off no longer. So, Trick thinks he did that because now at Vengeance Day, Trick has to wrestle 2 matches, see? So he thinks Dragunov will think he has an easy win. Dragunov said, "That's not the case whatsoever. I told you, don't enter the Dusty Classic. Or we could have a world title match after Vengeance Day. But you insisted on having it at the same time. We have to wrestle twice in one night." So I'm curious if those matches would be back-to-back. Or one would probably start off the show. One would be the main event. Backstage, there was a funny segment where Corbin and Braun Breaker talking. Where Braun Breaker says he's going up to the main roster. But he told Corbin, "I'm not going to leave you hanging, man. We'll win the Dusty final this Sunday. We'll become tag team champions. I could poke double duty. I could be on the main show and be on NXT." And then Corbin said, "Well, thank you for not abandoning me in the final of the Dusty Classic. Let's call ourselves the Wolf Dogs." So I guess they're going to be calling themselves the Wolf Dogs from now on. Chase University came out. There's a tribute video about all throughout the 2 years. 3 years, I guess, Chase University's been there. All the funny segments and that. And suddenly, before they shut down the university for good, the Wyndham of NXT came out. Because remember, JCJ Thea Hill's been doing some stuff with the Wyndham backstage to raise money to keep the school going, the university. Well, they basically made a calendar. And they said the calendar goes on sale on Vengeance Day. And all the profits go to keeping the university open. I agree with Booker T on this. Booker T's like, "Well, damn. How expensive this calendar that all the profits going to keep a university going. 'Cause that costs a lot of cash." So Booker T's like, "I'm just wondering, suckers, how much is this calendar? I'm just wondering myself. Like, that my calendar must be goddamn expensive." Then Alexis King interrupted. Again, he tried to hook up with JCJ Thea Hill. They wanted none of him. Roddy Osborne told him to get lost. Then him and Thea Hill's going to go out on a date. And that. Let's check and make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, they're OTM delivered a promo talk about how they're going to beat Tony the Don, Top Stacks, and the newcomer. Her name is Ranuzo. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, honestly. It's an Italian name. I don't want to get it wrong and offend people. They talk about how they're going to beat them up gangster style. And then the tag champs and her deliver a promo how they're going to beat them up on Vengeance Day mafia style. So basically, that was like what the video package was like. When Trick Williams was talking to Dragunov, something interesting happened. Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin attacked Trick and Dragunov. Camille Hayes ran out and fended off Corbin and Braun Breaker. But Kamehameha wasn't happy because instead of Trick Williams helping him deal with their opponents on Vengeance Day, Trick Williams was more concerned about the well-being of Dragunov. He helped him up, checked him, over, make sure he's okay. Dragunov hugged him for the thanks. You can see Kamehameha didn't like that because, Trick didn't have his back when he was dealing with Braun Breaker and Corbin. He was more concerned about Dragunov. There you have it, folks. No matches announced whatsoever for next week. And at Vengeance Day, the matches are as finals. It's Uma Fima versus Dragon Lee for the North American Championship. Ali Valkyrie versus Roxanne Perez for the Women's Championship. Dragunov versus Trick Williams for the World Championship. Kamehameha and Trick versus Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin in the Dusty Classic Finals, where the winners get the trophy and an opportunity to face for the Tag Team Championships down the road. And the Tag Team Champions, the Mafia family versus OTM in the 6-person tag. And Dijak versus Joe Gacy. I know disqualification match has been added. They haven't announced a pre-show match, but I noticed the last few NXT pay-per-views, they always put on a bonus pre-show match. If not, I'm thinking it's going to be OTM versus the Dons on the pre-show in the 6-person tag, or maybe it'd be Dijak versus Joe Gacy. No disqualification added to the pre-show because there's not been very much build-up to those two matches, where the other 4 matches there's been non-stop build-up to the storylines. There you have it, folks. I cannot wait to watch Vengeance Day Sunday. I'm curious who's going to win the Dusty Classic Finals. I'm going Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin all the way. Come on, guys. You guys deserve that win. Stay safe at bike, too. So wait back.